Hey there, welcome back. Before we dive into part 3, let's quickly recap what we have done in the previous videos. In part 1, Django Basics and Setup, we created a clean project folder to stay organized. Then set up a virtual environment to keep things isolated. Also install Django and got VS Code ready as our code editor. In part 2, first app and run your project, we created our Django project, then built our first app, also installed some helpful VS Code extensions, and finally launched the development server to make sure everything is working. So far, we have laid a solid foundation. Now in part 3, let's take things further. In this session, we are moving into the next stage of Django journey, and that is we call it as project setup. This is where we prepared everything to make our Django project actually start working. In this, you will learn how to register your Django app, apply initial migrations, create a super user for admin access, and finally build your first model. Alright, let's pick up right where we left off. Earlier, we have created an app called Watchlist app. Now it's time to let Django know that this app exists and should be a part of our project. So how do we do that? To register the app, you have to open your project's setting.py file. So in my case, project name is REST movie. So I will go into the REST movie folder and open settings.py file from there. Then scroll down to the installed app section. Yeah, here it is, installed apps. Here you add your app name. In my case, the app name is Watchlist app, followed by comma. Always remember, don't forget the comma at the end because missing it can cause an error. And then save it by Ctrl S, or you can save it through file and save it. And that's it. Your app is now registered with Django. Now next thing is to apply Django's built-in migrations. This sets up the database with essential tables for things like the admin panel, other core features Django provides by default, user authentications, and so on. So before running the migration, make sure your server isn't running. Now to check if your development server is running, so there are two quick ways. First, open your browser, open the new one and close the previous one, and then go to 127.8,000. Enter it. If you still see the Django welcome page, that means the server is running fine. Second, take a look at your terminal. If you see logs like watching for file changes or starting development server, that's another sign the server is active. So if server is active and you want to stop it, so just press Ctrl C in the terminal. So I am pressing Ctrl C. Yes. So now the server has been stopped. So once that is done, we need to run a command, that is python manage.py migrate. This will create all the default tables Django needs in the database. So after the command runs successfully, you will see a new file in your project folder. So let's first run the command and then we'll see the changes. Python manage.py migrate. Okay. So once we run python manage.py migrate, Django applies all the necessary migrations. So here you will see a log like applying auth 001 initial. Okay. So it means it is creating tables for built-in apps like auth, admin, and sessions, and also setting up your database structure behind the scenes. Now take a look into your project folder. You will see a new file has appeared, and that is db.sqlite3. This is your default database where all your apps data will be stored. Later you can switch to more advanced databases like PostgreSQL, but SQLite is great for now. Now that your app is registered and migrations are done, so it is time to create a super user account. This super user account will allow you to log into the Django admin panel. So to create a super user, you can use the command python manage.py create super user. Okay. So when you are going to run this command, you will be prompted to enter a few details. So let's first enter the command and we'll see what are the details that we will enter. For that, we need to open the terminal and type the command. The python manage.py create super user. Yeah. So first it is prompted for the username. So I am typing username as admin user, but you can choose any user you can. Okay. Next one is the email address. So I am typing something like admin@example.com. You can use any valid email. Now I have to enter a password. To keep it simple, I am using password 123 for now. Password 123. Now need to enter it again to reconfirm it. Password 123. So we have taken this password so that we can easy to remember. But if the password is too weak, Django will show a warning. Look here, it's showing a warning that this password is too common. But for the time being, we make it as yes. That's it. Your admin account is ready to use. Great. Now next step is to start your server again. For this, we have to run the command, that is python manage.py run server. This command we have already used multiple times, and this command is for running the server. So let's run the server. Python manage.py run server. Okay, so once it is running, then open your browser and go to admin. Now log in using the super user credentials you have just created. In my case, the username is admin user and the password is password 123 and press the login button. Okay, this is the Django admin dashboard. It's mostly empty for now, but don't worry. We will start adding models and data soon. So now it's time to build your first model. This means you are defining the structure for how your movie data will be stored in the database. Now go to your app folder. Yeah, that is a watch list app in my case, and open the models.py, and then we'll define a simple model here. So let's first write the code and then I will walk you through what each part means. The first one is that we are importing the models from Django.db. Now we need to define a class and the class name is movie, and that is models dot model. Perfect. Now we have to define the fields inside the movie model class, like the title of the movie, its storyline, and whether it has been released or not. So first we define the title. Title models dot char field, then max length equals to 100. Next one is storyline. Storyline models and type is text field, and another one is released. Is released. Again models dot boolean field, and here we make it at default equals to true. Great. And also we need to define the stir method, like def stir then return self dot title. That's it. Now I will walk you through this part. This code defines a movie model which tells Django how to store movie related data in the database. From Django.db import models, this line imports the models module from Django's database library. In simple terms, we can say Django.db is Django's built-in database toolkit, and models is a part of it that helps you define database tables as Python classes. So when you write class movie models.model, so you are saying to Django that I am creating a database model or table called movie. Now what this model includes? The first one is the title, and this field stores the movie title as a short text or in the form of string. For example, the movie title can be, say, Inception or Three Idiots. Char field means it's a character field, and max length equals to 100 means the maximum allowed length to 100 characters. Next one is the storyline, and this is for the movie description or a short summary, or we can say plot of what the movie is about. The type is text field, and text field is used when you need longer text and perfect for detailed storylines. Is released. This stores whether the movie has been released or not. It is a boolean field, which means it holds either true, that is yes, or false, means no. Default equals to true, that unless specified, Django will assume the movie is released. Okay, and then finally we have the stir method. Stir method makes sure the movie title shows up nicely in the Django admin panel and anywhere the project is displayed. Perfect. So after you have defined your model like a movie model, Django doesn't immediately create the database table. First, it needs to understand what changes you have made. So by running the command python manage.py make migrations, you're telling Django the model has changed. Please create a migration file that describes those changes. So it's like making a checklist before doing the actual work. It doesn't affect the database yet. It just prepares the instruction for the next steps. So let's run the command, then we'll see that. For that we need to open the command prompt. Now the server is running, we need to stop it by Control C. Yeah. So here we need to type the command python manage.py make migrations. Okay. Now if you look there, Django is telling us that it has created a new migration file for the movie model. Okay, that is 000 initial.py. You can even check this file inside your app migration folder. So this is the app migration folder and this is what the file is. It contains the instruction to create the movie table in the database. The next one is to apply the changes and create actual tables. For that you have to run the command python manage.py migrate. Okay, so this command actually executes the migration. That is, it creates or updates the database tables based on your models. So now executed the command. So again we need to open the command prompt and type the command python migrate. Yeah, great. So if you look here, you see that Django has created all the necessary table for its built-in apps like admin, auth, sessions, and also it has created a table for our custom app, that is a watch list app, which includes a movie model. So the purpose of make migration is to write down the plan. I can say migrations so the purpose of make migration is to write down the plan. Okay, and the purpose of migrate is to carry out the plan. Okay, this is how Django syncs your Python models with your actual database. So now your database is fully set up and ready to store data. The next important thing is making sure you can see your movie model in the admin panel. For that, you have to go to, before that, we can check it whether we are able to view the movie model or not in the admin panel. For that, we need to open the browser and reload this page again. Still, I believe it's not working, so we need to run the server. Yes, great. Now development server is running. We go to the browser and refresh it. Now still you are not able to view the movie model. Okay, so for that you have to go to admin.py, and here it is admin.py, and say first one is that we need to import the admin from Django.contrib. So this imports Django's built-in admin system, a ready-made interface to manage your app's data. Second, we need to write from dot model import movie. This brings in the movie model you created earlier, so you can use it here. One thing I would like to highlight, we can import the model using either the app name. In my case, the app name is watchlist app. Dot models, or we can write without app name as well, like dot models. Okay, but it is recommended to use dot models because it is a relative import. It is more flexible and easier to maintain, especially if the app name changes later. Perfect. Now finally, we need to write admin dot site dot register movie. That's all. Now save the file. So finally this register the model with the admin side, so it shows up in the Django admin dashboard where you can view, add, edit or delete movie entries. Now we have already saved the file. Then go to the admin page and refresh it. Great. You will now see movies listed here. Perfect. Then click on the movies. So there is a button that is the add movie button. So you can add a few more movies and you can use made up names like the Django journey, and the storyline I can say beginners adventure into the world of web development with Django. and is really marked as yes, so we keep it the same. And if we need to save only this record, then we can just press the save button. But if we want to save this record and enter the another one, so we can click on the save and add another. So let's click on save and add another. So another, the title I can enter is like debugging daylight, and storyline is a tech thriller about chasing down bugs before a product launch. Great. Is release still marked as yes, so we will keep it as same. And now we save it, and here you can see two movie records that we had entered. You can add more movies with fun or interesting name if you like. Perfect. So now, just to recap, so far you have learned how to register your app with the Django project. Then applied initial migration to set up database. In this first, we ran make migrations to create a blueprint of our model changes, and then use migrate to keep those changes, creating the actual tables in the database. Then we had created the super user to get the access of the admin page, and then created our first model, we call it as movie, and added sample movies using the Django admin panels. In the next video, we will start building our views and URLs to send movie data as JSON. Thanks for sticking with me. See you in the next one.